Friday, April 30th, 1993. One of the most magical days ever in the history of humanity. Well, maybe not for tennis star Monica Seles, who was stabbed by a psycho fan of Steffi Graf, but it sure was for us. It was the day that the internet went public. The days of waiting hours for a pixelated titty were finally just about upon us. And since then, the internet has literally taken over the world. And that's crazy, but it's how it is. I bring this up because not only is the internet everything that is currently happening live 24/7, but it's also become an amazing way to archive things that happened before the internet. Like today's topic. Today, instead of shitting on shitty shit, we celebrate one of my favorite things on the internet, Stairway to Stardom. Welcome, listener. This is The Internet is a Toilet. The year was 1979. Jimmy Carter was president, and Frank Massey had a basement, a piano, and a determination to produce the television equivalent of a psychiatric ward's talent show. If you're new to Stairway to Stardom, sit back and enjoy. And if you're familiar with the show, sit back and enjoy a stumble down memory lane. Stairway to Stardom was a public access television show out of New York that ran from 1979 to 1991. The show has definitely gained a small cult following on the internet. One of their YouTube uploads is singer-songwriter Lucille Cataldo singing her original song, Hairdresser. It's also currently the Stairway to Stardom video with the most views, and just a modest 204,000.
Hairdresser, hairdresser, whoa, hairdresser, 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 would you set me up, make a little wave or two?
This song could have been summed up in about 7 seconds. Instead, we are given the gift of almost 5 minutes.
Cut my hair, it won't behave. Set it up with gel and a wave. 1 or 2 ringlets. Keep the top a little wet.
I love how she's giving such a mundane topic her all. I can't wait to hear her song about her order at the deli. Deli counter, deli counter.
Please, 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 please.
Do you think she forgot the lyrics, or do you think she just likes repeating herself? The answer just may surprise you. Or will it?
Hairdresser, 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 hairdresser.
It's still not as bad as Korn's performance on MTV Unplugged. But remember, this is the most viewed Stairway to Stardom upload, and it hardly has 200,000 views in 10 years. This video of me yelling brown bear at my niece has more views than that.
Brown bear? Brown bear? What do you see?
Back to Stairway to Stardom. It features musical performances, comedy, acting, dancing, and even puppet shows. We're going to focus mainly on the comedy and the music and some acting, so sorry, no listening to dancing on this episode. Let's start with the show intro. This will set the tone.
Stay tuned, because Stairway to Stardom is next with Frank Massey.
On the stairway to stardom, you'll see tomorrow's stars today. On the stairway to stardom, we're here to brighten up your day. We've got singers and dancers and actors performing for you. But there's more, so much more, and it's all right here for you. On the stairway to stardom.
Stairway to Stardom. The step ladder to public access. And I'm about to give this show a little bit of shit, but you know me. I absolutely love shitty shit, and this show is more enjoyable than anything on network TV these days. First up, we have comedian Al Villa.
No, it's true. My granduncle was Pancho Villa.
I kind of believe that, to be honest. Good old Pancho had 24 fucking kids, and if his kids fuck only half as much as he did, like their wives, not each other. You know, sorry, his family could easily go from 26, mommy included, to almost 300 in one generation. Unlike my family, that in one generation went from 2 to 3. Sorry for the history lesson. Back to the comedy.
My granduncle was Pancho Villa. He was a hero, you know. I could be a hero myself, but I don't look too good between two pieces of bread. Yeah, quite a few people here with glasses on. And you people with glasses on, how come you don't take time out to think how far ahead nature was thinking as to put his ears in the right place in case you had to wear glasses? No kidding. People take ears for granted. This meat didn't have to be up here next to your ear like this here. Our ears could have been somewhere else. There's room for them. This is true. If this meat wasn't here, you'd be wearing goggles. What if our ears had been back here? Is it back here? Wouldn't that be something? You'd have to pull your pants down to hear what I'm saying.
Okay, I think the comedy is about to start now.
Hey, thank you very much.
Nope, my bad.
Al Villa, come here, Al.
What?
Talk to you a little bit. How long have you been doing this stand-up comic?
Recently I've been doing it for 4 years.
Did he say recently I've been doing it for 4 years? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Who's your favorite comic?
Bill Cosby.
Wrong answer. Up next, we have Mr. Dante performing the theme from Exodus. Just your average lighthearted karaoke performance.
This land is mine. God gave this land to me. This brave and ancient land to me. And when the morning sun.
That was intense. Let's bring back some laughs with a very subdued, calm, and relatable comedienne, Cheryl Klein.
Guess what? Anyway, I just came to New York recently. Maybe you can tell by my accent. I'm not originally from New York. I came here like a lot of you people looking out there, a lot of you Caesareans.
Okay, Cheryl, you can cool it down a bit. Nervous? Well, it is the 1980s in New York. Probably cocaine.
I got a letter from my father, a telegram yesterday. Come to Miami. I said, Daddy, I'm not coming to Miami. She drives me nuts.
Miami? That makes sense. Another cocaine hotbed.
He said, Cheryl, your mother went through a change of life. She's going to start living hers instead of mine.
Wow. Listen to all of that laugh.
My mother used to sing me a lullaby. It went something like this. Go to sleep, my flesh and blood. Go to sleep, my chubby child. I'll stay up for a while to work my fingers to the bone to give you and your fat ingrate brother Larry a nice home.
Hopping right off the cocaine train along with comedian Cheryl is our good friend Joey Marlowe with a 1920s classic, If You Knew Susie.
If you knew Susie like I know Susie, oh, what a gal. There's none so classy like that fair lassie. Oh, goodness me, what a chassis.
I love this guy's energy. I hear an old me in him. Kind of reminds me of me when I do karaoke.
We went riding, but she didn't balk. Home from Yonkers, I'm the one who had to walk. If you knew Susie like I know Susie, oh, what a gal. Hey, Frank.
Oh, beautiful.
He is also moving as psychotic as he's singing. His top half is reverse windmilling and his bottom half is Liu Kang bicycle kicking, all while standing up straight. I mean, he's not half bad. He's complete bad. Sorry, easy joke. And next. I'm never too good at guessing this kind of thing, but I'm assuming this guy comes from a nice German family. Comedian Richie Triolo.
Thank you, Frank.
How's everybody doing? Having a good time? Yeah. Any Italians out there? Yeah. Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us your raviolis. I'm Italian. I was brought up by very strict Italian parents. And, you know, the kind of religious Italian parents that if you go in the bedroom, they have a picture of God shaking hands with Frank Sinatra in the bedroom.
This is hilarious! Just kidding, I want to die!
My father was very strict with us. Like, if we did something wrong, like we drew hair on the St. Anthony statue and make him look like one of the Beatles, he would always smack us to a certain beat or rhythm that for every word he said, he had to smack like, I told you not to! Oh, my God. My father became a contender.
Craziness.
My mother was the athlete in the family. Like, if we did something wrong, she'd hide in the kitchen, she'd put on Jerry Cooney trunks, a ripped bathrobe, and a mouthpiece, and wait for us to come in the kitchen. And she'd chase us around the table, like, when I get a hold of you, you're gonna wish you were dead. I used to run in my room and lock the door. And she'd come up to the door, open the door, I'm not gonna hit you. I know you're gonna hit me, Mom, I know you're gonna hit me. Open the door, I'm not gonna hit you. Now, I waited for everything to get very quiet. I opened the door just a crack. She would put her hand through, like the Frankenstein monster, pull me by my hair and give me a tour of the house. One year, she pulled my hair so much I started to look like Gandhi.
And now, just a few rapid-fire clips of some child performances, like Bobby Carter.
A deer, a female deer, right? A drop of golden sun.
Wrong! Sorry, that was brutal. I should have instead played the entire audiobook of War and Peace, read by Fran Drescher. But one more, and this one is awesome. Trust me. I give you Michael Bayes with a false start or two. Friday night. What did you do on Friday night?
Remember how I found you there, alone in your electric chair. I told you dirty jokes until you smiled.
Oh, well, that's awkward. Speaking of talent shows, today's mini-segment is a true story that I lived and performed. In 1996, I played at my elementary school's talent show. I just started learning guitar the year before, so I taught myself the hidden track on Green Day's Dookie, all by myself. Remember that song? The song about breaking into someone's house and jerking off alone in their room? Well, I was 11. I didn't know what the fuck I was singing or saying. I was singing a song about masturbation. I was young. I had no clue. The audience probably didn't know because the PA system sucks. But my brother, who was 7 years older than me, he saw it was funny. I remember just hearing him cackling over the entire audience that was like, oh, look at this cute kid playing 3 notes on a guitar. I really wish I had the audio from that performance. Just trust me. It happened. It exists somewhere, and it was amazing. But back to a shit show we have actual footage from. A few more stars, if you will, before we wrap things up. Taking things to a whole new level, we have a dramatic reading by the one and only Precious Taft.
And sometimes he was cinnamon. And when he was cinnamon when I hugged him. And he was always equal parts you and me. That's why I loved him and wanted him. Because he was the love of the hutch embodied. And now the thought of that child curdles me. And
This is by far one of the more talented performers on the show, but it's so out of place.
Oh, Lord! I only thank the benevolent God for being wiser than me. Because if a son existed now, I swear, I'd bash his brains against the goddamn radiator!
Oh, shit! Mic drop!
That was beautiful, Precious.
And yes, Frank Massey, you are correct. That was beautiful, Precious. Okay, we've talked child abuse. We've talked bashing goddamn brains against the radiator. How about a 16-year-old telling jokes about cocaine and hookers?
You can buy anything in New York. I mean, people are always trying to sell you things. And I'm walking down the road. Little did I know it was 42nd Street. And I'm walking down the street, and some lady comes up, tries selling me her body. Said, "Hey, honey." And I'm like, "Oh." So I just keep walking, and some other guy comes up to me going, "Coke, snort." And I'm like, "Uh-oh." Anywhere you go in New York, people will talk to you. And one thing that I figured, I said, I'm on 42nd Street. I'm in New York City, Jack. I better get bad, or else these people are going to come and get me. So I start getting bad. I'm walking down the street. I'm getting bad. Come up to the corner. It says, "Don't walk." I say, heck with it. Everybody else is. So I walk across the street. I'm getting in the middle, and boom, I got hit with a cab. Drags me 3 blocks, gets out of the car, helps me up, and asks for his fare.
Now, how bad do you think people had to suck to not be allowed to perform on Stairway? Just saying. And now, we are going to end with probably the biggest guest that ever graced the stage of Stairway to Stardom. This next performer went on to score an endorsement deal with Pepsi, and even had the honor of performing at Super Bowl 25.
Jackhead to crackhead, you still haven't changed. You're still messing with the stuff that eats up your brain. Used to worry about your looks when you looked alright, but what you should have been worried about is your life.
None of those credentials I listed off are real. I'm pretty sure this is the only performance of Crackhead by BJ the Messenger.
Jackhead to crackhead, you really look a mess with your free bass and buff stinking mule train breath. Now did you ever wake up, your face stuck to the pillow? Did your mama ever call you an ugly gorilla? You're a crackhead. Tell them again, EJ. Leave it alone.
And from what it sounds like, BJ is not the name of the rapper. It's the name of the Casio keyboard that says crackhead when you hit any key. Sampling at its best. Kinda reminds me of that keyboard solo that I put in a song that I wrote.
And I said, "Hey, your arm just fell off." She said,
I know it happens all the time.
Monkey solo. So, to wrap things up, I want to say that I will continue to watch Stairway to Stardom until the day that I die. It's the best kind of good bad out there. But that's enough for this week, at least for me. So it's time that I leave it alone. All of these toilet bowl cleaners are necessary, but I did find them on YouTube, therefore proving that the internet is a toilet. Check out the website toilet.show for links to socials and more. If you want to support the show and get bonus audio, there's also links to our Patreon and PayPal. Please rate and review wherever you do such podcast things and get in touch. Tell me about some shitty shit on the internet that you know about that I may not. But until then.
Bye, have a great time.
No Smule Comp today. Instead, I give you Super Bowl 25 halftime alum BJ the Messenger with the full version of Crackhead. You're welcome.
Jackhead to crackhead, you still haven't changed. You're still messing with the stuff that eats up your brain. Used to worry about your looks when you looked alright, but what you should have been worried about is your life. Jackhead to crackhead, you really look a mess with your free bass and buff stinking mule train breath. Now did you ever wake up, your face stuck to the pillow? Did your mama ever call you an ugly gorilla? You're a crackhead. Tell them again, EJ. Crackhead. Leave it alone. For jackhead to crackhead, you know that you're wrong, cause I can smell your body odor over the telephone. Now with your peanut head, you never be the best until you get your butt together, then you'll pass the test. For a nickel and a dime, you commit a crime, but when the judge throws the book, can you stand the time? Push a man on the corner there selling death. You better stop your way of living and help yourself. Destroying all the youth each and every day. You ought to toss your butt in jail and throw the key away. You're a crackhead. No lie. Tell them again, EJ, what are they? Crackhead. Leave it alone. Crackhead. You used to be an A student trooper in your school, but now you're standing on the corner acting like a fool, smoking crack all day, wasting your life away. You better stop and listen to my heavy rap today. Listen, life is too sweet, why throw it away for a $20 high when you get your pay? Now, hey, brothers and sisters, have you lost your head? If you keep smoking crack, you're gonna end up dead. You're a crackhead. EJ, tell them one more time. Crackhead. Leave it alone. Crackhead. From jackhead to crackhead, you still haven't changed. You still mess with the stuff that drives you insane. For many years ago, it was LSD. Now when you walked around bugging in society, now the times have passed. You're still high as a kite, but instead of LSD, now you're smoking a pipe. You're a crackhead. EJ, I don't think they heard you. Tell them again now. Crackhead. Leave it alone. You're a crackhead. All right, check this out, homeboy. What's the matter with you, fool? Tell me, have you learned that when you mess with the fire, your butt gets burned? Young people in the world, when the pusher man comes, just tell him to go and give his mama some. You're a crackhead. One more time, EJ. Crackhead. I don't think they heard you, EJ. Tell them again. Crackhead. One more time, you're a crackhead. Leave it alone.